Hello, Roderick, you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm now going to go to the reading view. And then I'll let you admit. Okay. Then I'll be back in a minute. So I'm not going to touch admit. Hello,
Okay.
David. David, look at you. David. Oh my gosh. David, unmute. Unmute. Look at
Yeah.
you.
It's gotten a little long in the off years. Hi, Gail. How are you?
Hi, David. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you, my dear.
Hello, Gail. Hello, Gail. Look at you. I'm sending you a hug and a kiss.
Okay.
All right. Hello,
I've never-
Doretta. Doretta, great to see you.
And I can't see anything. Yeah, let's see.
We're all here, I promise.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute. We're going to start in about 4 minutes.
Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can see you.
All right, I can't see me.
Okay.
Wait, so I can't tell whether I'm centered or not.
Oh, no, actually, now we've got the puppy. You got to flip your camera one more time. There you go. You're a little off center.
I usually can see myself. I don't know why, whatever's set up, I can't see
You're a
me.
little off center
Okay.
to your left.
Why can't I?
If you see the slides, the BCN welcome slides, hit escape on that, or try to.
That's what I was trying to do. I just don't want to mess anything up.
Well, you won't. If you hit escape on that to kind of make that window a little smaller, you should be able to see the video panels.
Are you going to say, are you on a Surface or an iPad?
I'm on an iPad. Isn't that weird? I never had that happen before.
I've got your preview hidden.
It won't let me escape the share content stuff.
I don't have an iPad. If anyone else has an iPad, if you have any tips.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I do this all. I do this all the time. I never had this happen before. Not that I like looking at myself. I mean, so it actually makes me perfectly happy. It just sort of seems. So, David, do I look centered now?
No, you've got to. You're off to the left of or screen right. So you got to push it a little more,
Wow.
Yeah, you're still just off center, but it's good enough.
No, it's like I'm.
No, go back, other way.
Hello, Amy Mythos. Amy Henkel, how are you?
Hello, doing well. How are you?
I'm good. And David, when did you change your hair?
I just I haven't yanked it back yet. This is what happens before it gets pulled back behind me.
Okay, all right. It looks
It's
great.
It's my wet Einstein look.
Okay.
Your father would not approve, David.
No. Look, he wasn't a fan of how gray I had gotten either, Gail. He's not a fan.
Right. You ain't get. All right. Am I more centered, David?
Yes, ma'am. A little bit
Yep.
more. You can go
Hello,
a little further.
Tim. Hello, Tim Miller. Good to see you. Whoops, we got these little announcements. Okay, well, we're going to start and we've got 2 more minutes. Hello, Aaron. Let's see, there we go. Keep it here. Got it. Okay. Hello, Gail.
Hello.
We could see you. You're looking good.
Well, you can see me, but I can't see me or so
Okay,
it's a little weird, but
it's all right. Oh, good. Jacqueline is with us. Hello, Jacqueline. Doretta, how you doing this morning? You got us on mute. You doing good?
I'm doing very well.
Great to have you with us. You'll get to meet all our members, Gail, and not all of them, but a good majority. Okay, we're going to start in 60 seconds. So thanks to everybody for being here. Aaron, Roderick, if you can get Aaron in, or Amy, if you can admit Aaron. There we go. And we've got Ruben.
Morning, Deborah. Can you guys hear me? My audio coming through?
Yes, who's that?
This is Darren.
Yes, Darren, we can hear you.
All right, good morning.
Good morning. There you are. All right, we're going to go ahead and start. So I'd like to welcome everybody to the BCN, the Business Community Network. And thanks to all of you, our members and our guests, both returning and new members, for being here this morning. I'd like to thank the BCN team, Jeff Chernoff and Ann Ross. Jeff is our president and founder, as you know. Fred Broder and Buddy Wofford. Thanks to them for all their time and efforts. And thanks to Gail Evans. Gail is retired executive and former executive vice president of CNN. And Gail is our keynote speaker. She's going to talk about playing like a man and winning like a woman from her book, and sharing many other insights. Our co-hosts today, as you all know, we have a wonderful volunteer steering committee. Amy Henkel and Roderick Ricks are admitting everybody. And please keep your mics muted so that we can make sure that everyone hears everything well. We're going to have a live chat 4 different times during the program. And so you enjoy Gail's talk, and Gail and I are going to be doing what we call a fireside chat. So throughout the 20 minutes that we normally spend with our speaker, it's going to be open to all of you to ask questions. I'll start the initial questions, and then it'll be up to all of you to enjoy and to ask questions as well for the full 20 minutes. And the first 2 people that ask a question will have an opportunity to win Gail's book, Play Like a Man, Win Like a Woman. The live chat, when you want to ask questions of any of our members, so for example, thank you moments and success stories, those of you that are going to share today, please let Roderick know in the chat box, and then he will recognize you. Same thing with a member testimonial, which is a new segment. Any of the spotlights, the speaker questions, again, we're doing that full 20 minutes. And then any member news or offers or events that you're doing, please let Roderick know, and then he'll ask you to speak. Our mission is to create a sense of community through building holistic relationships that results in a return on investment and sustaining strategic partnerships. And our value proposition is focused strictly on strategic business development, helping you generate revenue and build friendships that lead to new centers of influence as well. Professional development with our keynote speakers and community engagement. We are very proud to have the Atlantic Community Food Bank as our charitable cause. The toolkit that we offer all of you and our guests today, thank you for being with us, is our monthly Zoom roundtables. And starting in August, September, we'll be going live, so stay tuned for that. Our Mentor Advocate Sponsor Program, and that's where we encompass the monthly pipeline meetings and then the discovery meetings in between. We have our website profiles and offers. And yes, many of you are going to our website, so thank you very much, to learn more about each other. Our member news and events, and then resource sharing. As you get to know each other, it's great to hear how you're helping each other in and out of your business. Our Mentor Advocate Sponsor Program is the most important during this last year because of COVID, and even before COVID, but especially with COVID, all of you worked really well and are still doing that, and doing a 30-minute pipeline meeting where I'm helping you meet other members that could be a prospect, could be a strategic partner, a new center of influence, or you might need a service that they offer. And so this is, as we've seen, has increased our renewal rate and also brought in new members, and we really appreciate it. And so this results in building friendships that lead to all of those things. Our new segment is called a member testimonial. And I'd like to start with, let's go back. And I'd like to start with the member testimonial. And this is an opportunity for one of you or a couple of you for 1 minute to share how the BCN has made a difference for you, both personally, either personally or in business. It's not a thank you moment or a success story. It's more of an intimate. As a result of being a member in the BCN, my company has expanded. It's grown in different ways because of employees, infrastructure, whatever it might be. Is there anyone that has a member testimonial? Okay.
Matt Hoots.
Oh, great. Matt?
I've got one. I just wanted to thank Mythos Media. We're working on a really exciting project that hopefully will go live next week. On one of our houses, we're turning it into a virtual showcase house utilizing some of their technology that they have for small businesses. Basically, they're able to use a Google type platform to do a tour with their cameras where you can do a self-guided walkthrough in one of our projects. So really excited to work with them, and Amy and Roger are basically pushing their technology to the limits, and it's going to be very exciting. We'd love to share it and hopefully be live by the time we meet this time next month.
Thank you, Matt. It's great to know. Congratulations, Amy, as well. Hey, Roderick, would you let Justin in? Justin's waiting, or Amy, Justin's waiting in the waiting room. I'd like to thank our volunteer steering committee. This is Mike Feely and Dave Pierce with Procom, Total Office Technologies, Tricia Malloy, working with Wisdom, Amy Henkel and Roger Knipp, the co-founders of Mythos Media, and Roderick Ricks, Director of Sales for the MP Group. Thank you for all your time and efforts, everybody, in front and behind the scenes. We really appreciate it. Our roundtable forums, these are our keynote speakers that we have coming up. Kyle Wade, the CEO and president of the Atlanta Community Food Bank, who was just interviewed by Steve Koonin 2 days ago. So if you guys did not have a chance to hear it, please reach out to Ben, and Ben will be talking in a little bit and can tell you how to listen to that. July 8th, we have Doretta Rhodes, and Doretta is with us today as our guest. She is the Chief People Capital Officer with the Atlanta Braves, and she'll be talking about learnings through the pandemic and what they learned at the Braves and how that impacted them and their people in the organization. And back to Kyle, capacity building, what can we do today to ensure our companies and communities thrive? Juanita Powell-Baranco, the co-founder of Baranco Automotive, which includes Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead and Mercedes-Benz of Covington, will be our keynote August 12th. That will also be a fireside chat. September 9th, we're also excited to have William Pate back. He spoke for us 2 years ago, and he will bring us up to date on the hospitality recovery and what it means to your business. And then October 14th, we're excited about having the Atlanta Hawks back as speaking again, except this time it'll be a fireside chat. Justin is working on that. And then November, we're working on a restaurant panel. Thank you moments and successes. Roderick and Amy, if you can admit, oh, there we go. Does anyone have a thank you moment or a success story that you would like to share? And you have a minute to share that. I know you all have some.
We have Miss Amy Henkel.
Amy?
Yeah, so I'd like to say thank you to Deborah. We had the pleasure of doing Deborah's website, so creativeconnection.com. I encourage you all to take a look at our new website. Again, that was creativeconnector.com. I think it's beautiful. And thank you very much, Deborah, for that opportunity. I'd also like to say thank you to Aaron Wynn. I wanted to say thank you to Aaron Wynn last month, but conflict interest or the schedule conflict. So thank you, Aaron. We also did Hunter Recruitment, hunterrecruitment.net. If you want to take a look at that. It's also a very beautiful website describing exactly what he does. He does do a lot. So both of them do. And then Roger would like to say a few words about Matt Hoots with Sawhorse.
Just wanted to thank Matt for giving me the opportunity to create the virtual tour stuff. We're really excited to show that off next month for everybody. So thanks, Matt.
And I'd like to thank Amy and Roger. You have done an outstanding job with my website, and I want everybody to take a minute and go to the Mythos Media. Amy, if you and Roger, if you could put that up, your link to your portfolio of companies so that the members can see not only my website, but Hunter Recruitment's and Creative Approach. You have a couple more member websites that you've done, and each one is outstanding. And what you do is how you outline in your portfolio of companies what you've done, both the science behind it as well as the look and feel. And so I think it's terrific, and I think everyone should have an opportunity. So if you can make a post so our members can look at that, I think it's very good learnings for everybody. I also want to thank Duffy Dixon. Duffy, I believe you're on today. Duffy produced the videos for my website, both the About Us and the client testimonial videos, and just again did an outstanding job. So Duffy, thanks so much.
Next, we have Mr. Joe English, if we have time.
Okay, one more, Joe.
Thank you. I would like to say thank you to Sashi and her team at Nikado. I took my wife and son there for Mother's Day, and Deborah had been there the night before, and everybody made a big fuss over me and said, Deborah said to take care of you, you're a BCN member. And so we had a terrific time. The food was delicious. Cheshire Bridge Road, go to Nikado.
Yes, and she was just, I have to, you know what, thank you for reminding me on that. I just got a wonderful email about Nikado. Don't think Sashi could be with us today, but this is outstanding news that Nikado was just recognized and selected by the National Trust for Historic Preservation and American Express to receive a grant. And the grant is $40,000 grant. They've selected Nikado as one of 25 historic and culturally significant restaurants in the U.S. to receive $40,000. They will be using these funds on a very special project at Nikado, and we'll be announcing the details in a few weeks. Being selected from among thousands of fantastic restaurants has meant so much to her. So kudos to Nikado. Anyone else?
No, that's everyone for now.
Oh, can I jump in?
Oh, sure.
Roderick, always trying to keep me out. Well, first, I want to celebrate Roderick because he and I did a podcast not too long ago, and it was a lot of fun getting to work with him. And he is a super guy, and if you get a chance to spend even 10 minutes with him, your life is better. So let me just put that out there. And then I also had the pleasure of working with Miss Amy Henkel and her husband, Roger, and these guys are superstars. Yep. I'm going to selfishly promote my website because they built it and they are supporting it. And if you're looking to try to advance yourself and advance your company and get yourself out of that first wave of website creation and make it more modern and something that people are going to want to drive their business towards, please call these guys. I've already booked 2 new clients just by sharing my website and its updated status. And so, Amy, Roger, I love you both.
Aaron, for the guests that are on, and we have 6 guests today, can you just take 15 seconds and say who you are and what's your company name and the value? Just take about 15, 20 seconds.
I thought I was already world renowned. So my name is Aaron Wynn. I'm with Hunter Recruitment Advisors, and I'm a huge proponent of BCN and all people that are a part of it. And so if you are the first time here, I welcome you. And I think that you're going to find that this is a welcoming and loving community of people.
Thank you, Aaron. We're going to start with a new segment called Birthdays, and it happens to be the month of May. So anyone that's on today, and we should have about 60 of you, 52 companies attending, 60 confirmed with me. Anyone celebrating a birthday this month? Wow. Okay. Well, I know that our fearless leader, Jeff Chernoff, who is not on today, is celebrating his birthday. And so he took the day off, but he sends his love. And if you guys get a chance to reach out to him, please wish him a very happy birthday from us. And now we're gonna, I'm delighted to have and talk with Gail Evans. Gail is the retired Executive Vice President of CNN. And I have some remarks before we go right into it, Gail. So I will let everyone know that once I finish this intro, I'm going to hit escape and ask you guys to go into the speaker view so you can see Gail. And then I'll hit escape so that we see Gail, I see Gail, and we won't see my slides. When I'm done with that segment, I'll go back to shared, and then we'll go back to the slides. Gail has been a role model and a mentor and an advocate and sponsor to me and to many other women and men as long as I've known her, and I've known Gail for 32 years. Gail is the former retired Executive Vice President of CNN, and from those days, her experience and what she did and what she learned created the book that she wrote and pivoted her to write the book, Play Like a Man and Win Like a Woman. It's been recognized by the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, Business Week, and has been translated into 21 languages. Gail began working at CNN at its inception in 1980, and by the time she retired in 2001, she was the executive vice president of the CNN News Group. And during that time, she was responsible for program and talent development at all of the CNN's domestic networks, overseeing national and international talk shows, and the network guest bookings department, which scheduled about 25,000 guests each year. Since her retirement from CNN, Gail is doing a lot of consulting, a great deal of consulting, on diversity and inclusion and many other topics that are very relevant right now. She's a visiting lecturer at Georgia Tech School of Management and teaching gender, race, and ethnicity in global organizations. She also wrote a book that's the most recent book, which is She Wins and You Win, just as an FYI. She gives a lot of lectures to many of the world's leading companies, and that includes Delta, AT&T, Johnson & Johnson, General Electric, Microsoft, and many others. She serves on numerous charitable boards, including the Emory Brain Center, Health Center, the Radio Television News Directors, Georgia Public Broadcasting, Atlanta Girls School, Emory University Board of Visitors, Georgia State University's Law School, the Women's Advisory Board of the Kennedy School of Government, Harvard University, and the Bremen Jewish Heritage Museum. She was appointed by President Clinton to the Commission on White House Fellows, and she's the former chairperson of the Georgia Endowment for the Humanities. She's a member of the International Women's Forum and the Council on Foreign Relations. Early in her career, she worked on both House and Senate staffs at the White House in the Office of Special Counsel to the President. And that was during the Lyndon B. Johnson administration. During her tenure at the White House, she was part of the team that created the 1965 Civil Rights Act and the President's Committee on Equal Employment Opportunity. She lives in Atlanta. She's the mother of 3 and the grandmother of 7. Gail, it is wonderful to have you with us. I can't say enough. And now I'm going to, what did I say I was going to do? I was going to hit, there we go, hit escape and go to speaker view.
I'm gonna stop your share.
Yeah, there we go. Hold on 1 second. Let me go back to reader view and let me go to stop share if I can. Well, I'll tell you what, everyone, if you would, oh, here we go. Here we go. This should work. Okay, so I see Gail. All right, Gail, I'm going to see you this way. And it looks like I won't be able to do the stop sharing for some reason. So that's okay. Can you hear me? You're muted. You're muted, so you need to unmute. If you can unmute. Gail? Okay, hold on 1 sec. Let's see. There we
Okay,
go.
I'm unmuted. It says the host can only control everything. So just for you to know, I can't see anything but this, the slide.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine, just for
Are
everybody
you
to
fine?
know. If
Okay,
I'm not looking at you, it's because I can't see anything. But
Okay.
the BCN slide,
okay. All
okay?
right, well, let me see if we can change that. Hold on one second. I'm going to hit stop share. There we go.
Okay,
Now I can do it.
got it.
All right, good.
Now, yep.
Okay, so Gail, there's so much to talk to you about, but I've narrowed it down. So I think to give some context, why don't we talk about when you were at CNN, how that led you to write the book, what your experiences were. I think that would be the first thing to start with, to give context to the book and to where you've been, where you are, and where you're going.
Well, so it's great to be with all the BCN members and all your Consumer Choice Award winners and the rest, and some of you whom I see that I've known for, I will say one of the members I've known since he was 2 months old, I think. But so it's great to be with all of you. How the book started was I spent my life, and I was a counter. I always kid about counting. There were every meeting I ever went to, that seemed like there were 14 men and me. And I was used to that. That was the culture I grew up in, and certainly in politics and in the news business, in the executive roles, not the talent roles. There were always very, very few women. And one day, well into my career, I think I was probably a senior vice president at the time, I looked around the room and I thought, there are women in this organization and in each one of these organizations who I know are smarter than I am and certainly more intellectually competent. Why aren't they in the room? Why did they get called in for their expertise? But then when you get down to the meeting of the 3 or 4 people that are the real decision makers, why aren't there more women? And so I began my own little personal experiments with no scientific background, but watching and then sort of collecting anecdotes. And I was giving a speech at Harvard Business School, and a place where I had been rejected because of my gender many decades before, when I had applied for a fellowship and was asked why I should be given it, considering I would probably finish the fellowship and then get married and go have babies and not use all the knowledge they'd given me. And I was thinking about gender on the plane on the way back, and I started jotting down my ideas about what are the things that have held women back. And this was 22 years ago. So what's very scary to me about what I wrote 22 years ago that became a New York Times bestseller is that Random House, who's my publisher, still publishes the book. Most books are out there for a year in hardcover, then a year or 2 maybe in paperback and whatever else. And here we are in 2021. And the truth is, Random House says they still sell about 1,000 copies a month, which says to me we haven't made much progress. I'm ready for the next level of discussion. So that's really the essence of how the book happened.
Does anyone have a question for Gail? Because we're going to do questions and then talking back and forth during this segment. Megan does. Megan Ritchie. Megan, you want to unmute?
Hi, Gail. Thanks for being with us today.
Sure.
So I have a question for you. I wanted to see if you could share. I read a little bit about your book online, and I wanted to see if you could share one of your suggested key moves for, quote unquote, making one's career.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of key moves. I think one of the most important for women is that networking is really, I mean, here you are in a wonderful networking organization. What we know is networking is one of the great keys to success in business. And what research shows us is that men's networks tend to be very shallow and very broad. And women's networks tend to be narrow and very deep. Now, there's not a right kind of network, but women tend to form closer, deeper relationships. I mean, it's just like the way in which we talk about men's and women's friendships. Women think that a friendship is something you keep up continually. You may, be in contact with each other every day or every couple days and the rest, and that you know all the inner life of the other person. Women frequently look at men who go to a basketball game, go to the Hawks together, and the amount of language they exchange is about what's happening in the game, and maybe it's something to do with who wants to drink what. And women don't understand that men do friendship side by side and women do friendship face to face. And face to face is much deeper, but it's also much narrower. And side by side gets you many more people. Well, if you're going to be successful in business, it becomes important to have a lot of very broad but shallow networks. And it's also important to have networks that are always evolving. So what research shows us is that male networks usually evolve depending upon the business needs of the network, what position you're in, what sales you're trying to make, what organizations you're within. Women's networks tend to last longer because they're these deep relationships, which may have begun 30 or 40 years before. And that's wonderful, but they also have to include very broad evolving groups. So I think for women, that's one of the huge places that somehow or other women think that the relationship has to be deeper to be a genuine relationship. And I don't believe that. I mean, I think you can pick up relationships at any point that you haven't had in 10 years, come back to them. And you have to begin, if you have a network and you have the network, you have to learn to use it. And for a lot of women, the word use feels very manipulative and not appropriate. But the truth is, a network is there not to have deep, close personal relationships only. A network is there to be used. And so I think that that's one of the lessons that I'm always talking with women about is don't stop your great, deep network, but it also needs to broaden.
So Gail, as it relates to COVID, and how has COVID impacted relationships with men and women?
Well, COVID has been very bad for women in the marketplace. So that, I mean, in terms of the world, I think that that women represent something like, I think it's 40% of global employment when you take the entire world, and we lost something like 57% of the jobs. So it's way out of whack. In the United States, it's way out of whack. We had, I think as of February, 4 million more women lost jobs during this downturn than men. And a lot of the job loss was not just what we think is obvious, which is in the restaurant or hospitality businesses and the rest, that we lost a lot of high middle management and middle management women who just felt that they could not handle children at home or sick parents. Everybody always talks about children, but the truth of the matter is that parents in many families are even more complex than the children, the caring of. And these women step back from their career because they were the primary caregiver in the household. And they just couldn't handle 3 children at home doing school and a sick mother or whatever else. So they stepped back from their careers. I had a very interesting, I'll share this with you because I thought this was very telling. I was working with a group of executives at a major Fortune 100 company a few weeks ago, and it's a group I work with they're all high potentials for the C-suite, and I work with the 20 of them about once a month. And one of them said, you know, what's happened to me during this pandemic is my husband and I both have very successful careers. My husband is a great contributor in the household, so I can't complain that he doesn't do things and whatever else. And we have 3 little children. We have a nanny. I have somebody who comes in and keeps the house. So it's not about not having the financial resources or not having a partner who's helpful. She said, but I have a 5-year-old son who's beginning kindergarten, and he hates Zoom. He's hated everything about having to sit still during Zoom classes since all of this began. And she said, my husband says, look, we're in our offices, we've got to work. There's a nanny taking care of him. He's got to learn how to do it. And she said, the only time he really pays attention for more than 5 minutes is when I come in the room and he can sit on my lap or I sit next to him. And she said, I know and understand that I should just let him and the nanny and whatever figure it out. But emotionally, I can't do that. It says to me every day in the middle of a meeting is, my 5-year-old son hates school, and this is going to determine how he feels about school for the rest of his life. And I just thought that was a really telling story, that a lot of it is that we're all wired differently and our reactions are different. And so the COVID has made it very difficult for a lot of women to manage their careers and take care of their families.
Gail, I see that there's a couple other people, or at least one other member that has a question. Roderick, do you see, I think David, or did Stacy Vaughn have a question? No?
It looks like David had a comment and a question.
Okay, we have time for another question. And by the way, Megan, you won the book, Play Like a Man, Win Like a Woman. And then if David has a question, then he'll win the next one. David?
Oh, mine was not for Gail per se. It was based on what she was saying. It was something for the group to look at.
Well,
Gail, what I had said is your network is absolutely your net worth, and I agree. I think it's important how differently women create and mine their networks, and I think we're often very good on any edge of the gender spectrum of creating a network. We're often not very good at growing and nurturing it, and we're terrible at mining it. So I think as we come out of this, whether we're coming out of it or not, is up for debate, this pandemic, and start our new abnormal, what are ways that we can mine our networks effectively and easily?
And Gail, we have 8 minutes left, so I want to be able to touch on your takeaways too.
Oh, okay. Well, David, I think one of the things is that you have to say to yourself, this is something I need to use. I love that word in this because it says you have to take an action. And I think that's important. The other thing is that I find a lot of people have good intentions about their networks and they don't follow through. So they see an article about horse racing, and it turns out that there's somebody in their network who has always talked about how they love horse racing or whatever, and they think, gee, that article might be interesting. 3/4 of the people have this good intention, and then they think, well, the person thinks it's weird that I sent this article, and they make up all these stories that stop them from the action. I'm just the opposite. I think people appreciate it when you show that you understand them and you know what they're interested in, and you follow up on it. I had a great instance just 2 weeks ago, which was when Biden announced that the United States was acknowledging the Armenian genocide. Okay, that's not something that I'm deeply involved in, but I know somebody peripherally who's Armenian, who has talked it many times about how important it was to her. And I sent her a note just saying, I know this must be a very happy day for the Armenian community. I got back like, like felt like a 12-page email on the history of the Armenian genocide and the thanks and the rest. And I realized that those kind of little things matter to people. And that's how you keep your network going. And it wasn't intentional on my part, but I just went ahead and did it. And I think 3/4 of the people think about doing it and they don't do it. And that's why their networks don't grow, is they don't connect to the people. Yes,
Gail, this is such a great point, because in the BCN, we talk about making sure that you stay relevant to each other. That if you have a pipeline meeting 1 month and then you don't talk to that member again for 2 or 3 more months, you've wasted all that time that you were starting to build a friendship that might lead to something. So we always talk about send your 1-pager, send something that you're doing that is an award or a recognition or a new newsletter to stay relevant. And that really works. That builds that friendship. I know that Cassandra has a question. Cassandra?
Yes, I just want to say, first of all, I read your book and I really enjoyed it. It really I resonated with me. And I had a question about possibly going forward. Do you think that more people working from home, it might be a good thing because for women and minorities? Because I've read that women especially get stuck with those office jobs, like buying the cards and getting the cake. And those are just parts of a job that are not, are not going to move you up. They help the community of the office, but they don't actually help that person. But they tend to get stuck on the committees and the office policy, just helping out around the office and doing the things that are not going to get them promoted, but everybody needs them to do.
Right. No, that's very true. Women do much more housework at work, and minority women do twice as much housework, asked to do twice as much housework as white women and the rest. I think that what we've learned with COVID can be helpful for both men and women in terms of a little bit more flexibility in the workplace. But I think we're already beginning to see in the new hybrid world where some people are in the office and some people are home. One of the trends we're beginning to see is the first people in the office are the power structure. In a lot of large corporations, the power structure actually never left, that the chairman's still been coming in, even though everybody else wasn't there. And what tends to happen is that men seem to be coming back to the workplace at faster rates than women because, if you have the choice. And honestly, a lot of men say, they're excited to get out of the house and get back to work. And so what happens is, if we have more men returning than we do women, I think it reinforces the good old boys network. It also sends a subtle message to those women who come in, especially if they're parents, that wait a second, if you're really a good mother, maybe you should still be home till your children are in school, full time. And if you think about the nature of things, if somebody's getting ready to give an assignment and one person is in the office across the hall and somebody else is at home, you're going to be more apt to run into the person across the hall, to have the interaction with the person across the hall. And so are we going to see that the plum assignment goes to the person who's there? And also, when you look at meetings, that if there are 5 people that are physically in the meeting and 2 or 3 that are up on the screen, the dynamics are that the people at the table are going to interact with each other more. So I think that there are great opportunities that we've learned from COVID to make it a little easier to work from home. But I think what we're going to already seeing is that the gender dynamics are going to say that women who stay at home are not going to get the same opportunities.
Gail,
I hate to be depressing, but
Gail, we have one more question, but everybody, in order to get everything in, the rest of the program that we have, which is our spotlights and our guests welcome, we only have about 3 more minutes with Gail. So Gail, if you would, Jacqueline Lithcomb has a question, and then if you can maybe do a shorter response.
okay.
Jackie, I wish
All
you could be with us for hours. Jackie,
Okay.
go ahead.
I wish my question was shorter, but your response is great no matter what. When we have a female leader on, we always tend to ask the female leaders, what can we do to engage more with the females of the workplace? Or if we have an African-American leader on, what can we do more to engage with the African-Americans in the workplace? How come these questions are never posed to white males about what can they do to engage with the women or engage with the minorities in the workplace? And what can we do to get more of a response from them?
Great question. I'm going to be radical. Okay. It's taken me a long time to get here, but it's where I am. This is about power shifting. The discussions about gender and the discussions about race and the discussions about ethnicity, deep down underneath are about power shifting. And nobody naturally gives away power. That's just a reality. We wish it differently. And, we know all the reasons why these things are important. We've read all the reports that explain why more diversity in the boardroom and at the top brings a better ROI. But the truth of the matter is that unless women begin to work together to gain more literal power in the marketplace, and the same thing is true with minorities, things are not going to shift. And so I think that asking male counterparts to give up a position so you put somebody else there is not natural. I think you have to want the position, and then you have to do the strategies to get there. And I think that's why we tend to not ask the group that has the majority of power about their power, because it's there. And there's, I think the only strategy most white men have to incorporate today is how to keep as much as they can. So, I know that's not the nice answer, that we should all want to do this because it's the right thing to do. And but I don't think it's going to happen that way. So I think women need to be talking to women about how do we support each other, and so that we, how do we put each other's names in play? Doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it for the men and the men shouldn't do it for us, but we need to, in a primary way, be in charge together of helping each other. And I think we haven't played that game as smartly as we should. And I say that from a place, men who know me, the men I've worked with were shocked when I wrote the book, because they were like, Gail, you always love to play with the guys. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with whether I like, respect, and enjoy being with men in the workplace. But I think that it's important for our society that we begin to shift some of the power. We'll get better results.
Gail, I would love for you to come back again. Would you come back? I'm putting you on the spot because there is so much that you can talk about, and so relevant and so wonderful. I want to go to your takeaways. So I'm going to go back to the shared screen and go to your takeaways so everyone can see those, and then we're going to post them on the website. But I want these are your takeaways, and I guess we won't be able to actually go into them, but make a you've got your takeaways here. Make a request to see what is possible. Put yourself in a position to be found. Don't toot your own horn because you become your own PR person. Show up fully present to play and speak into the other person's listening. Is there one of the, I have we only have 15 minutes left. Can you say something in a minute, Gail, about one of these that would really kind of end this part? I love
Yes.
the last one, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take the last one. Speaking to the other person who's listening. Most of us speak into our own listening. And so we say, well, I can't understand why that person didn't get what I was saying, or I didn't get what I wanted. I couldn't have been clearer. And I say to people all the time, you need to consider who the audience is, and you need to speak into the way they listen, not the way you listen.
Oh, Gail, you are phenomenal. If we were meeting in person, I'm sure you'd have a round of applause here. So I'd like to say on behalf of the BCN, we have two gifts for you. First of all, one is, thank you, Amy. I saw you applauding. We'd like to give you from Stars and Strikes Family Entertainment Centers. Lisa Angelis is with us. She's the corporate sales manager. It's a $100 pass, Gail, that you can enjoy with your grandkids, your family. It's 2 hours of bowling, 1 lane, shoe rental, pitcher of soft drink, pizza. So it's a gift from us. And then the second one is from Good Game at the Battery. Good Game powered by Topgolf. And it's a $50 gift certificate from them. Again, for family.
Thank you.
Gail, stay on with us, and so that you can hear our spotlights and our guests. And I just want to thank you from our heart to yours. How wonderful you are, and what you said really is very timely right now. And I'd like to have you back. We would like to have you back next year.
Thank you. My pleasure. It was great to meet everybody.
Thank you.
And go for it. Use the organization.
Thank you, Gail. You're wonderful. I didn't pay her to say that, by the way, everybody. Okay. So now we're going to go to spotlights. Ruben, as with Appliance Care. Ruben, if you would share your spotlight, and if we can do it in, instead of 2 minutes, we're going to have to do 1 minute spotlights. So Ruben?
Yeah, perfect. Not a problem. First and foremost, happy Thursday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody at the BCN for this wonderful experience and opportunity. I cherish all these wonderful friendships and people that I've met going on to 3 years now. Deborah, you're awesome, amazing, all your hard work, dedication. Megan, Leslie, Charlie, Ed, it's been a pleasure meeting you guys. So thank you for this opportunity. About our company, we're Appliance Care of Atlanta. So in a minute, we repair, install, and maintenance appliances. We specialize in mainly residential appliances. So like washers, dryers, refrigerators, cooktops, vent hoods, any appliance in your home that you have. If it breaks, we fix it. So we service the entire Atlanta area, Woodstock, Gainesville, Lawrenceville, Alpharetta, and go all the way as south as Atlanta. So all of our trucks are stocked with the most common parts. So we usually try to get appliance fixed in the same day service. So yeah, that's about our company. Our valued client is pretty much anybody with an appliance where it breaks. A good referral partner is service industries like plumbers, HVAC, electricians, and our BCN member offer is a 10% discount off of repairs. And I think that was within the 1 minute. I'm pretty sure. All right.
Thank you, Ruben. Means a lot to all of us. And if you haven't spoken with everyone or some of our members, please reach out to Ruben via his email or phone number, which you can find on the website. Skip Cornell, Brown & Brown Insurance. Skip, if you can do a minute. And this is your 3rd year. And again, like Ruben, we appreciate so much. Skip? Skip? I know you're here, Skip. No Skip? Uh-oh. All right, let's go to Creative Approach. Bobby, this is your 4th year. Thank you so much. You've got a minute to share as well. Bobby?
Hey there, everyone. My name is Bobby Jeffrey. I work for Creative Approach. We were founded in 2004 in Savannah, and we have reached out to other parts of the United States. We do printing for all places across the Southeast. We do graphic design, digital print, mass mailers. We print anything on paper, vinyl, signage, promotional products, just to name a few. We design logos, business cards, banners, much, much more. Print's important because it's tangible. Penn State did a study that said 86% of people like having something tangible in their hands. It's credible. Clients like having some print advertising so they know that you're legitimate. It's affordable. Print's not expensive at all. And in fact, we're one of the lowest cost advertisings for your return on investment. We do a lot of printing for BCN members. We would like to continue to help you guys out on anything. We do have some offers and fast shipping to most places in the southeastern part of the United States. I do want to introduce Megan really fast because she works with a lot of clients in the Atlanta area.
Yes, Megan.
Hey everybody, I'm Megan Kelly. I'm also with Creative Approach. So like Bobby said, we pride ourselves on our hands-on approach to customer service. An example of our ideal client would be any business owner who needs more hands-on care to sort of refresh their brand by incorporating printing into their marketing plan. Our best referral partner would be anyone with industry connections in nonprofits, retail, hospitality, healthcare, event spaces, restaurants, and more. And our current member offer is 10% off any custom printing quote and 20% off any standard business card order. And I'll put both of our emails in the chat if you want to get in touch with us.
Wonderful. And I have to say, thank you for doing such a great job with our members when they join and as they are enjoying the BCN, you do their one-pagers and more. So thank you so much.
We really enjoy getting to know everyone as they come in.
I want to say, since Skip may not be on with us, that he will do his spotlight in June at the June 10th meeting. And now we've got TP Corporate Lodging. Tim, if you could take a minute and share. You've got your third year and we thank you.
Hi, everyone. I am the only BCN member that owns 400 toasters. I have furnished apartments throughout Atlanta as well as Jacksonville, Florida. They're full-size apartment homes, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. The value we provide is it's more convenience in a temporary housing, more space. There's less cost than a hotel. Our minimum stay is 14 days. You could stay 2 weeks, 2 months. Some stay 6 months. So best referrals for us is anything with home displacement. If there's been a tree through the roof or you have to have your roof replaced because of tree damage, we're a good option. A fire or flood, or just remodeling, or another option. But it's a wide variety of visiting family, a divorce. Couples go through divorce and sometimes they have to live separately. So anyone who needs temporary housing, we cater to relocation, project work, the movie industry, production, that all is who we cater to.
And I would just add to that, Tim, before we move on to Cassandra, that anyone in sports, when you work with the Hawks or you work with the Braves or the Falcons, many times you've had people stay with you, right?
Yeah, when they've brought in new players, they have stayed with us, or maybe a new coach, they come in and need temporary housing. So we're a good source for that.
So your value proposition, they can find on the website. Do you want to share real quick?
The value?
No, your member offer, your member.
Oh, yeah, I've got actually 2 member offers. One, if you refer anybody to us and they stay less than 30 days, it's a $100 referral. If they stay over 30 days, it's a $200 referral. And then if you yourself have the need to stay with us, we will waive the $125 cleaning fee.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much, Tim. Again, have enjoyed all of you all these years. And now we've got a new member. You're welcome. Now we've got a new member, Cassandra. If you can share in 1 minute, your being a new member, your value proposition, and so on. Cassandra?
Yes. Hi, I'm Cassandra Maddox, and I'm the owner of Future Days Bookkeeping, and I'm really excited to be a part of the BCN network. I've met several people so far, and everybody's been amazing to work with and talk to, and I am really enjoying it so far. I love helping small businesses with their bookkeeping and, more importantly, just making their lives a little bit easier. I like to work collaboratively with business owners to try to find the things in their business that we can track that really matter to them. And a good referral is any business that's struggling with their bookkeeping or is ready to put a team in place and just try to step back from doing every single thing in their business. Good referral partners are just anybody that works closely with small businesses. And my member offer is a free diagnostic review of your books where I would go through and just look at how you have everything set up right now and make sure it's all in the right place, or tell you any things that you could be doing better. And that's it. I look forward to meeting everybody, and that's it.
Okay. Well, Cassandra, great job. And I know a lot of people have really enjoyed getting to know you, and you've got some great skills. I want to thank Natasha Davis, Davis, Impact Branding Consulting, for introducing us.
Yes, thank you.
And now I'd like to go to our next segment. And let's see here. There we go. So we've got our guests, all of you that are with us. Brian with About You Family Medicine, Atlanta Braves, Doretta. Oops. There we go. Whoop. There we go. Big Social Marketing, Blackfire Signs, Kaiser Permanente, Money Pages, and Stratus. If you could take 30 seconds and share your value prop. So Brian, first you, Dr. Brian Sanders.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me, Deborah, and it's great to be a part of this group. I'm a family medicine physician and owner of About You Family Medicine. Our value proposition is to really improve the healthcare experience. We have much longer appointment times with our patients, prescribe medication, and actually provide it out of our office frequently at a lower cost than insurance companies or at a pharmacy, and draw labs out of our office. And most everything is really geared towards making healthcare a much more convenient, transparent, and positive experience for folks.
Brian, thank you very much. It's great to have you and to have you get a feel for the BCN. Next.
Hello, everyone. As mentioned, I am Doretta Rhodes. I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief People Capital Officer for the Atlanta Braves. So that means that I get to have fun with baseball every single day. I support our minor league, our major league, and battery development. If I talk about our proposition, it is really and truly around fan and community engagement. So we want to discuss more about having fun and what that looks like. And so I am glad to be with you all, and I am also glad that I'll be able to speak with you all in July as well.
Doretta, it means a lot to have you with us. And I know you did a terrific talk a couple months ago that I heard. And so thank you very much for being with us.
So glad to be here. Thank you.
Celeste?
Yes, hi everyone. I am Celeste with Big Social Marketing, and we specialize in Google AdWords to drive traffic to your business and social media campaigns to drive traffic to your website. If you're looking for more clicks to your website, more phone calls, and more appointments, Google is definitely the place you want to be. You can start a Google AdWords campaign for no contract. It's not expensive, and you can reach out to bigsocialmarketing.com. We would be happy to help you.
Thank you, Celeste. Great to have you with us. Darren, we've got about another 3 minutes. So Darren, if you could take 30 seconds, it's great to have you with us, Blackfire Signs.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Darren Joel. I own Blackfire Signs, and we fabricate and produce all types of business signage, from simple yard signs to wall murals, vehicle graphics, ADA and office signage, building signs, the list goes on. We are independently owned and family operated. We are exclusively business to business. We focus on building long-lasting relationships with our clients and their businesses. And we're not just about selling signs. We're here to help you build your brand, build your business, and ignite your market through your signage and visual communications. Thanks so much for having me. Thank you, Deborah and Brent from Key Point Signs for inviting me. And I look forward to getting to know everyone.
Thank you, Darren. Well done. And thank you, Brent. Fred, if you're going to be speaking for Kaiser Permanente or Victor, you've got about 15 to 20 seconds.
And It's going to be me. Hi, everyone. My name is Fred Bizzuto, and I am with Kaiser Permanente. Kaiser is one of the largest not-for-profit health plans in the country. Kaiser helps businesses provide the most affordable and efficient care in the market with not reviewing any pre-existing medical conditions. Kaiser's large-scale concierge medical delivery system focusing on fee-for-wellness as opposed to fee-for-service. I'd love to help anybody that works through a health insurance broker to help talk about Kaiser and the value to their clients.
Fred, very well done. And I'm thrilled to have you and Victor with us in Kaiser Permanente. And we've got a couple of members or more that could work collaboratively with you. So thank you very much. Money Pages, we've got Ramona and Brian Long, franchisees of Money Pages. If you guys can share in 30 seconds.
Yes, hi, I'm Ramona Long with Money Pages. We help communities save and businesses grow through effective direct mail, print, and target display digital marketing campaigns. What we do as local owners is combine the quality and expertise of our 20-year national company with the customization of a local owner partnership. Much like the Big Fire Signs mentioned, Black Fire Signs, we don't just sell advertising either. We help businesses build relationships with target consumers through effective campaigns that meet both their goals and their budget. We're very involved in our community, just one Best of Cobb. Great referral partners for us are commercial insurance agents, property managers, and other marketing agencies that work in different channels than we do to combine synergy to help drive growth for local businesses. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ramona, and for being here. And Doug, are you with us today? Doug Crumbly with Stratus? Okay, so all of you, I have to tell you that my camera went out on my PC all of a sudden. So I want to just say thank you to each of you for being with us, our members, our current members, returning members, our guests. It's been a pleasure. We're going to end on time. And then I look forward to talking with some of you later today. Brian will get on a different link. And I just want to thank Gail again. We will continue the rest of our program next month that we were not able to get to, but I think we had another outstanding program. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye. There we go. Okay, now I'm seeing everybody. Thank God. All right. Thank you, Ramona. Everyone have a good day, and I'll talk with you guys later. Brian, I'll talk with you in a few minutes. Hello, Terry.